Ganvié, meaning we survived. Ganvié is a lake village in Benin, West Africa, lying in Lake Nokoué. With a population of around 30,000 people, it is the largest floating lake village in Africa. The Tofinu are the major settlers of this village, and this was because they were being pursued by powerful foreign tribe that sold members of other tribes to Portuguese slave traders. Although the slave trade stopped a long time ago, but the descendants of the Tofinu continue to live on the lake till this day. Come with us as we unravel together the stories behind the Ganvié village.
So who go come dey speak English? Okay, now you go follow us. Translation. And you go guys follow us now. Make it easy for us.
Take a tour of the Ganvié village. You are supposed to pay a fee of 5,000 CFA, which include both transport and a tour guide that's going to take you around this village, and an extra 500 CFA for tax, which makes it about 5,500 CFA to have a tour of the village. We were not fully aware of this fact before getting to the port, but when we got to the port, we met Raymond, who is eventually going to be our tour guide, and we negotiated a fee of about 3,000 CFA to take us to the village. I would advise you go the tour guide route, because with the tour guide, you are going to be hearing more history and are going to have access to different places in the village. Firstly, Raymond tried to pair us with some strangers to go to the village together, but we refused because we had negotiated to go on a private boat. But thankfully, those strangers did not even want us to come on the boat in the first place. Raymond eventually had to take us on his father's boat, which was private, and there was nobody going to the village with us, but we were supposed to come back with some few people. The boat ride to the village is about 15 minutes, and if you had went the tour guide route, you were going to spend about an hour in the village and a 15 minutes ride back, which makes it about 1 hour 30 minutes to explore the Ganvié village. The water level from the boat port to the village is about 3 to 4 feet deep. So if you can walk, I think it's going to be cost effective for you to take a stroll from the hangar to the village, as there are no wild animals in the water, just fishes. And if you can swim, you can also swim.
So guys, we are on our way to Ganvié, and it's already exciting. The water wave is really nice. Let's go.
The 15 minutes boat ride from the port to Ganvié was a beautiful journey, as while going, you are going to see different fishermen and women paddling and driving their boat to the port or to Ganvié. You're also going to see different fishermen traps which the people of Ganvié have adapted to catch fishes. Ganvié is a lakeside city located in the heart of Lake Nokoué in Benin. Lake Nokoué is bordered on the one hand to the south by the city of Cotonou, which is located on the edge of the Gulf of Guinea, and on the other hand to the west by the city of Abomi-Calavi, and extends over 150 kilometers square. Join us on this adventure as we tell you the history and the way of life of people in Ganvié.
You can see he's teaching me how to drive this. He said if I go this way, we'll go in here.
Welcome to Ganvié, also popularly called the Venice of West Africa. Getting into the city, the first place you are going to come across is the first market, where we met different women who got really agitated when they saw us taking videos. And when we asked Raymond what they were complaining and talking about, he said they were scared that we were going to use their pictures for ritual. That is so hilarious. On the lake, we got some snacks and also went around to see the mosque, church, pharmacy, monuments, and some building construction, and also the ambulance in Ganvié. Ganvié is today the most important lake in West Africa and has been inscribed since 1996 on the UNESCO tentative list. It is not yet classified as a World Heritage Site. There are approximately 3,000 stilt houses in Ganvié today. The structure of these stilt houses is generally built using red ebony wood, which is resistant to rotting and hence ideal for the stilts.
The walls are generally built out of palm fronds, while thatched roofs have now almost exclusively replaced by corrugated metal sheets. The replacement of thatched roofs by metal sheets is exclusively because of fire incidents. So, whenever there's a fire incident in one house, it is not going to be able to spread to other houses, causing a chaotic environment. Other types of woods and bamboo are also common building materials. These houses typically stand for 15 to 20 years, but with regular maintenance and replacement of any rotten stilt, the houses can last much longer. The village has a hospital, post office, school, hotels, churches, mosque, bar, restaurants, and all essential building structures that can be found on land.
Over the years, the residents of Ganvié have created a unique lifestyle centered around the water, which include fishing and tourism.
The residents of Ganvié have developed different ways to catch and farm fish. One method of fish farming is to cover an area of the lake with palm fronds that are anchored into the bottom of the lake. As the palm frond decomposes, plankton is created, which in turn attracts fish to feed on it. Once enough fish has gathered around, the palm fronds are removed and the fish is caught with nets. This cycle is normally repeated every 2 weeks or so. Each home in Ganvié has about 3 boats, one for the father for fishing, one for the mother to go sell the fish, and another for the children to go to school. Everyone in Ganvié knows how to paddle a boat, young or old, or male or female, as water transport is the only mode of transport in the village. The history of Ganvié. According to legend, the origin of Ganvié is linked to the tribal wars and slave raids in the 17th century. The first inhabitants arrived from Togo with their king Agbogdobe in 1717. The powerful king in Vodou metamorphosed into a sparrow hawk and flew over the lagoon and discovered the island of Ganvié. His subjects who remained on the shore could not pass. He then did another magic that transformed him into a crocodile, thus carrying his subjects on his back. Since then, crocodile is sacred in Ganvié. Ganvié was first founded by the members of the Tofinu tribe. The Tofinu were being pursued by the powerful Fon tribe that sold members of other tribes to Portuguese slave traders. Building a village on a lake wasn't a physical obstacle for the Fon, but rather it was religious beliefs that prevented the Fon from attacking people living on water. And so the Tofinu created a new home and lifestyle for themselves, naming the town Ganvié, meaning we survived.
Getting into Ganvié, the first place we went to was an hotel. Welcome to Expotel Ganvié, chez Raphaël. This is a very popular hotel in Ganvié, and definitely you must have been seeing this hotel on some Ganvié videos. The hotel costs about 15,000 cefas for a night, and it's a beautiful hotel that has a bar, a restaurant, and an art shop. In the hotel, you can find a dining lounge with pictures of the hotel, its owners, and also a bookshop where you can get some books telling you about the history of Ganvié and the history of the hotel. The hotel rooms are made of bamboo and they have wooden chairs and bed in the room. The bed has a foam and a mosquito net, and there is also a solar powered fan. The only way of getting electricity in Ganvié is by solar sources. There's a toilet in each room, which is surprisingly modern with tiled floors. I also learned that the waste from the toilet goes directly into the lake, and this is one of the sources of pollution for the lake. The art shop is just on the left before going into the hotel, and it also has a visitor's restroom. So in case you are pressed on the lake, you can actually come here to ease yourself, for a man that is. Getting into the art shop, there's a bar on the right hand side where you can order for drinks. In the art shop, there are different art materials and souvenirs which you can buy, ranging from wooden carved materials to clothes, to stools, key holder, drums, necklaces, scarves, and even a postcard if you want. The things in the art shop are quite expensive, but I was converting the price to naira. So if you are going and planning on buying some souvenirs, kindly go with enough money to get as much beautiful things as you may want. There are also different masks and hand-painted art pictures which depict the story and history of the people of Ganvie. Leaving the hotel, we got some fruits on water. Yes, fruits on water. This is something that is very common in Ganvie. Like I said earlier, the people of Ganvie perform all of their activities on water, including buying and selling. And you are going to see a lot more things that are being sold on water. After buying fruits, we went further into the town and we saw a mobile banking service outlet. Mobile banking is one of the ways by which transactions are mostly made in Benin Republic. Going further into the town, we saw beautiful still-lit houses of Ganvie, and eventually we came across the second market. Remember, the first market was the place we first came across, where we saw some women shouting and making so much noise about us making videos. Ganvie is a rapidly evolving community because as we were going, we saw houses that were made of bricks on water, and we even saw some constructions that were still ongoing. This came as a shock to us because I wonder how much sand must have been used to fill those lands in which those houses were built. Going further into the town, we saw the school which the children of Ganvie attended, and we even saw a house which was at the brink of collapsing. We asked Raymond what happened to the house, and he told us that the house was that way because of weather condition and rain. At this point, we turned and headed back into town because there were no more houses ahead of us. While going back, we saw a church made of brick. This is a white garment church, popularly called Celestia or Cherubim and Seraphim Church in Nigeria. While going back, I got a snack, and surprisingly, this snack was filled with oil. It was just as if they took palm oil and fried it because it was very oily and oil was even dripping out of it when I squeezed it.
At the beginning of our journey, we had an incident with our drone. We didn't allow that affect the content we came to create. The drone crashed and was misplaced in the Ganvie River. We went looking for the villagers that could swim properly to help us retrieve it from the water. They spent over 40 minutes looking for the drone, and we lost hope if we could ever get it back. This was a hurdle we had to jump past at the beginning to help us get the job done.
It's a bad day, it's not a bad life. It was a bad moment. I won't allow the falling of the drone inside the water and the falling of the drone inside the water to spoil my mood and to spoil what I came here for. And I will not allow the falling of the drone inside the water, and the debit alert is going to incur my account. I feel like crying right now. Oh my god, it's so sad. I want to cry. But men don't cry. Men don't cry. I'll be a man. That shit, that was crazy. That's a very expensive lesson. Bad thing. Yeah, we'll still enjoy our moment here. We'll still enjoy our time here in Benin Republic. I wouldn't allow that to bother me. That's how you should live your life. That's happened. Don't let the worries of something that has happened keep bothering you and stopping you from enjoying other moments.
After waiting for as long as 40 minutes, I finally started losing hope if my dream to get hold of the drone was possible anymore.
As it stands now, I don't think that we're going to find this drone. God will help us. We'll still try. I'm really frustrated right now. It's very easy to travel.
Finally, we're done searching and we got no positive results. And we needed to go back to the village to pick up passengers as agreed earlier on with Raymond. As we gently paddled our boats, it got to our notice of the ceremony which will be going on here in Ganvié. It was a nice one which we all couldn't continue the journey, but we decided to fill our eyes with display of culture and activities, including voodoo and dancing. African traditional religion voodoo is a normal way of life in Benin. People here do not stick needles into dolls and cause misfortune to the enemies, as you see in some Western films. Voodoo Day is a public holiday and there is a National Voodoo Museum in Benin Republic. Although it was scary and also adventurous because I have heard a lot of voodoo spirituality, but I haven't witnessed any till this day. After 30 minutes of witnessing the ceremony, I and my friend were completely overwhelmed, and I hope you enjoyed yourself as well. Please don't forget to visit our channel separately and subscribe, like and share.